John Malkovich, a famous Hollywood movie star with 2 Oscar nominations and over 70 films, and one of the most recognizable actors on the planet, as of May 2026, just a few days ago, has become a Croatian citizen. I want to talk about what actually happened, why it matters, and if your family has Croatian roots, what it might mean for you. Because this story isn't really about one famous actor, it's about a door that's been open for years, and a lot of people just don't know it. So stay with me. And hey, I'm Teodora from the Passport Investor, and on this channel we talk about living, moving, working, and building a life with more freedom. That means second citizenship, European residency, travel, relocation, the whole thing. If you're new here, welcome. Subscribe because we go deep on this stuff, and today we're going deep on Croatia. So here's what happened. On May 5th, 2026, John Malkovich was in Zagreb. He sat down with Croatia's Minister of Interior, Davor Božinović, in a private ceremony and received his Croatian citizenship documents. Also, the Prime Minister Andrej Plenković had received him at the government's official residence the day before. Now, why would one of Hollywood's biggest stars want Croatian citizenship? The answer goes back to a small town called Ozalj. That's where Malkovich's great-grandparents were from before they emigrated to the United States in the early 20th century. This is not a vague claim. It's documented, it's real, and Malkovich never hid it. Back in 2021, he even said, and I really love this, I'm half Croatian, full stop. I'm partly Scottish, partly French. It's not something I'm proud of or ashamed of, it's a fact. He has visited Croatia multiple times. He performed there. He took his entire team on a 3-week cruise along the coast. He genuinely loves the place, and now officially Croatia is home. Now, here's where this gets practical, because you might be thinking, okay, cool story, but why does this matter? It matters because the Croatian passport is now one of the most powerful and most valuable documents in the world. As of 2026 Henley Passport Index, Croatia ranks 6th globally, and in some other rankings it's even stronger, being in rank 5. Now, Croatian citizens have visa-free or visa-on-arrival access to about 183 destinations worldwide, which also places the Croatian passport ahead of both the UK and the United States. But more importantly, Croatian citizenship is EU citizenship. That means the right to live, work, and study in any of the 27 EU member states. No visa, no work permit, no bureaucratic hurdle. From Lisbon to Warsaw, you're home. Croatia joined the Schengen area in January 2023 and adopted the euro the same year. Those two moves alone dramatically boosted the passport's practical value. And the diaspora? Millions of people around the world with Croatian grandparents and great-grandparents are paying attention. So let's talk about how this actually works. Because the Croatian citizenship law, the Zakon o hrvatskom državljanstvu, is actually quite generous if you know where to look. There are 5 main paths. First, by origin, born to Croatian parents, you're Croatian. That's the easy one. Second, the descent. Well, this can be a little bit more complicated. Article 11, this is the big one for the diaspora. If your parents, grandparents, or great-grandparents emigrated from Croatia, especially before 1991, so before the Yugoslav War, you may be eligible for Croatian citizenship without needing to live in Croatia, speak the language, or renounce your existing citizenship. You prove the family connection through documents, birth certificates, marriage certificates, immigration records, and you build that paper trail from yourself back to your Croatian ancestors. Third, as a member of the Croatian people, Article 16, this one surprises people. The law says that even if you can't prove a direct documented family line, If you identify as a member of the Croatian nation, if you declare that identity in official records, participated in Croatian cultural organizations abroad, promoted Croatian interests, you may still qualify. Well, now, it's not that simple as it sounds. You also have to prove that your ancestors have identified themselves as Croatians as well. So it's about cultural identity, not just bloodlines. It sounds very simple, but it's not that simple as it sounds. So a lawyer, a Croatian immigration lawyer, has to always check that with you to confirm eligibility. Then there's fourth, the standard naturalization, Article 8. So 8 years of continuous legal residency in Croatia, language test, knowledge of Croatian culture, renunciation of foreign citizenship in most cases, and this is for people building a new life from scratch. And then we have fifth, the most interesting one for our purpose also, if I may say so, Article 12, citizenship by special national interest. The law says in plain language that a foreigner whose citizenship would represent an interest for the Republic of Croatia can acquire citizenship even if they meet none of the usual requirements. No residency, no language test, no renunciation. The government simply needs to conclude that Croatia benefits from you. Then that is usually for extremely high-level individuals who contribute to a country in extremely significant ways, invest enormous amounts of money, benefit the economy, the culture, the sports. These things happen actually more frequently than people think all across the globe, as over 80% of countries on the planet actually have this in their law, and I will make a separate video on this, which you will be able to watch later, to explore this a little bit different path towards citizenship. In Malkovich's case, considering that he had ancestry from Croatia, most likely he went through the descent pathway. However, it is not unlikely for such high-profile individuals, Hollywood stars, to receive citizenship by exception. There are numerous stars who managed to obtain such citizenships, like Angelina Jolie, Steven Seagal, Johnny Depp, and a number of famous people and athletes. And when we're now discussing famous people who are also Croatian, it's not just Malkovich. He has really good company. The singer Lorde got Croatian citizenship in 2017 through her Dalmatian grandparents. She's an EU citizen now, thanks to that. The pattern is very clear. Citizenship is a soft power. Countries use it to attract prestige, talent, investment, influence, and global visibility. Croatia's version is just through Article 12. It's actually more formal and legally grounded than many other countries have, but the principle is the same. So here's the bottom line. If you have Croatian roots, this matters. You might qualify for citizenship by descent. Your grandparents or great-grandparents who emigrated from Croatia, either from Dalmatia, Slavonia, Zagorje, Istria, or anywhere else, may have given you a path to EU citizenship. It's their legacy that you haven't seriously explored yet. And there are enormous Croatian diaspora communities in Chile, Argentina, in the US, in the UK, and Austria, Vienna. And all of these people possibly can qualify for Croatian citizenship, assuming they can prove their lineage. And what Malkovich's story proves is that Croatia isn't just a beautiful country on the Adriatic. It's a country that takes its diaspora seriously. It's a country that says, if your roots are here, part of you is here too. So, welcome home. If you found this useful, hit the like button. It genuinely helps the channel. Subscribe for more on second citizenship, European living, tax optimization, and building a life with more freedom. And drop a comment below. Do you have Croatian roots? Are you looking into Croatian citizenship? I'll comment back and I see you in the next video.